What's up, comic and pop culture fans? James with Midhunter Comics here, and I just got a bunch of awesome Bronze Age in. We're going to check it out right now. All it took was trading one book, Neil Adams' Batman. It was a 9.6 white pager, and it will be missed, but let's check out what I got in its place. First things first, I did get a couple trade paperbacks like the Elektra Assassin. I got a hardcover of Stephen King's Dark Tower, which I have yet to read, so that's pretty cool. And then that's the random stuff that probably isn't going to make it. This book up top, I didn't do any research on. It does look cool, old robot stuff. I don't know, maybe. But up here, we actually are starting with a decent book already. This Superman versus Shazam. And the cool thing about this pile is everything here is between an 8.5 and a 9.4. None of this, I believe, except for maybe some of this, is 9.8 material, but really high grade stuff, good, really good shape, even Bronze Age stuff. We got 100 Bullets, 1 and 2. Classic. Death of Superman. We've got one of the Action Comics reprints, which always do quite well. We've got, I think, 5 copies of Bane's breaking of Batman's back there. And they all look perfect, so that's awesome. Those actually could be 980. A couple Generation X's. We do have a newsie, Uncanny X-Men teaming up with Teen Titans. Love this book. I think Darkseid's on the back, but we're not going to show that today. X-Men Special Edition, number 1, X-Men v Dracula. X-Men 30, The Wedding of Scott and Jean. Classic stuff, but it's only worth $1. All right, this is a good book, and not only is it a good book, but I have 2 of them, and those are like 9.6-y. They're pretty close. This one's not like a 9.6, 9.8. It does have a couple notable spine ticks. I see one right there. But it is the first cover of Mr. Sinister. It's like a 9.4, pretty darn close. Some of these X-Men's that I got here are double-backed. You have 201, 202. The 213s could be a submission. Both of these here are cream of the crop grade. Do need to get them in some new bagging boards. Another classic Jim Lee right here. Iconic cover. That book's got a little value to it. Books on the back is 269. I think there's 2 of these 229s. Yes. 267. 261. I think I had 2 of these annuals. I don't think annual 12 is anything, but if it is, I got 2 of them, and they're pretty crispy. Annual 11, annual 11 again, annual 7, annual 8. Here's a 235 and another 235. These are pretty clean. This 256, which is a key, could get it. Could be a contender. This one does have a spine tick, but it might be pressable before it gets really bad. So that's an option right there. All new X-Men 10. Annual number 9. Just a little bit more X. The 207 is gradable. That's one of the nicer ones. 210, and then a random annual. And then here, let's get into that bronze I talked about. We got Eternals, a nice little run here, 815. Sorry, I didn't put them in order. Just to give you an idea of how sharp these things are. Everything in here is like between an 8.5 and a 9.4. A couple of them are kissing that line between a 9.4 and a 9.6. Issue 14. I got to get all this in new bags and new boards, but as you might have saw from last week's video, I am all out of bags and boards now. I used up all the 2,000 I had. I had to order another 2,000. I might get to the point where I might have to order like 10,000 bags and boards. That would be crazy. This annual, I gotta say, I don't know if it's a key, but that is legitimately, with a clean and a press, could get it. We do have a little kitchen sink. This is Super Soul Comics. It is issue number 1. I did not look this up. I do not know anything about it. Could be worth nothing, could be worth something. Phoenix Untold Story. We got a little bit of War Journal. That's a bit of a classic cover right there. I got 7 as well. I got the full mini-series of Fantastic Four v X-Men. Here's War Journal number 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a Shazam number 1. This is from the 80s. I do have a complete mini-series of The Last Starfighter, which is itching for some new bag and boards right there. 1, 2, 3. Got a book I've never even seen, Captain Marvel number 1. I've never seen that book. Black Orchid number 1. I do have a Pinhead number 1 and 2. Those are kind of cool. Okay, the Star Wars I really dig. So we got 14, we got 14, we got 14, got a bunch of 14s. Then we've got an 11. Yeah, look how sharp these are, man. I hope this is coming out in the video like how I'm seeing it here. But these are clean, man. Why have I've had so much good luck with Star Wars in good shape recently. It's like a trend. I'm okay with it. I always liked the cover of number 7. We do have number 6. Very nice. And then the earliest it's going to go is number 3, but that is a nice one. Hey, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Then we'll move on to this pile right here. Looks like we've got Defenders 52. Again, I hope you're seeing the condition on this stuff, because it is clean. Don't be fooled by the waviness of these bag and boards. These are nice. We've got a bunch of Conan. 46, 72. Annual number 2. 79, 63. I don't know anything about Conan. I know, like, the keys you're supposed to know, but I don't know any of the medium keys. We got Champions, number 7. Again, some of these are 9.4-ish. Very high, very high. Champions, number 16 and 12. And I think we had a couple copies of this Black Goliath. And that is really, really sharp. 2 copies of that. Bam. We've got a little bit of Black Panther, a little Kirby goodness here. Man, that needs a new bag and board. Look at the waviness on that. That's cray. But that is clean, man. Really digging the condition on these. People always asking me, hey, you got any high-grade bronze? And yes, I actually do. A lot of it's at the antique shop, and a lot of it's going to go up at the next claim sale. We're into the Iron Mans now. Off the top of my head, I don't think hardly any of these irons are actual keys, but they are really nice shape, better shape than what you'll usually find of this stuff. What's that, 87? Yeah. I own all these books, but these are actually significant upgrades, I will say. All right, and here we are moving on to the Thor. I believe this particular book I got a few of. 253. Yeah, here's another one, 249. 256. Gorgeous condition. Actually, that one did have a couple of spine ticks of note. You can actually see them. That one's more like the 8.5, where the rest of these are much nicer. 267. Another 259. Thor, I don't know off the top of my head. I never got that one fully memorized. So those could be keys. They could be just filler. I won't know, unfortunately. I know that the condition they're in is me likey. 268. Another 259. And we've moved on to the Invaders. Same condition. Everything's like a 9 to a 9.4 here. 33, 19, 16. Swastika cover right there. 21. Random Inhumans book. It's issue number 5. Only one FF book in the whole bunch. It's 173. Pretty clean looking book though. I believe this is the only Iron Fist. Yeah, Iron Fist 5. I believe that's the only Hulk 187. We got a bunch of Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel. Let's see, 54, 58. Here we got 11, 10 of Ms. Marvel. We switched from Captain to Ms. Don't be fooled, they are different. 49, another 49. Back to Ms. Marvel we go with 15. Hold on. 15, 14. Another 14, 13. 5. 4. I think that's as low as it goes. I slipped this in here. Showcase that classic 97. That's that Power Girl cover. It's got a couple tiny hairline spine ticks, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Nicest condition I've ever found that in. And then a Marvel Team Up. I think that's the last book on that pile. And let's move on to the next. This one's the sort of monster pile, if you will. We got Monsters on the Prowl, number 30. Witching Hour. Oh, these need new bags and boards so bad. 83. Dead Man, Phantom Stranger. It's DC Superstars 18. I think that might be Copper Age, actually. Man Behind the Gun. More Dead Man, Phantom Stranger. Gorgeous Crypt of Shadows. That's a awesome. They just don't make covers like that anymore. Man Wolf. Chamber of Chills. 13. Really clean condition on that. I actually sold a rough condition on that not too long ago. Living Mummy, number 8. Really digging the condition. Living Mummy 15. And what's this one? Vault of Evil 15. Devil cover. Werewolf by Night 42. This is my favorite pile, I think. Living Mummy. That one's not bagged and boarded at all. That one definitely needs it. Random Ghost Rider. Original series, which is cool. 27, 26. Weird Wonder Tales, and I actually have to pick it up because the bags and boards are so rough on that. Look at the condition on these guys. Clean. Weird War Tales. Odd little Hitler revived issue. And then a couple random Godzillas, which will pair nicely with my Godzilla number 1. And then a Where Monsters Dwell 35. And we'll move on to the Spidey pile. Alright, so here we've got the 2006, I guess, remaster you'd call it, of AF-15. We've got a random What If in here. The last issue of the Marvel Team Up run. This is a nice one. What if Venom had possessed the Punisher? Unfortunately, it did have a couple spine ticks, so it's going to prevent this one from getting graded. Spectacular Spider-Man, more Spectaculars, 16. This run, Marvel Comics, Spidey Super Stories, I don't know if there's any keys. I'm very unfamiliar with that. This is a nice one, though. White Tiger versus Spidey, and that is quite the upgrade. That's like a near minty plus right there. That is definitely upgrading the PC version I have. More Spidey Super Stories. I hope I'm not going through them too fast because I don't know if they're anything. I doubt they are. Spectacular 11, killer condition right there. And then we're going to end it with some ASMs. We've got the 257. It's a newsie. Very nice, very clean. We've got the, is that Larson? I think it is. Classic Venom cover right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. ASM 255. Really clean copy. Again, 94, 96 maybe. ASM 259. Very clean. Couple very small non-color breaking spine ticks. We'll see if I can do anything. This one, 261, I think it had a couple spine ticks, so I'm not going to do anything with that. Same with this 254, not much I can really do with it. A couple tiny spine ticks. The 294 it's not bad. I might be able to do some work to get that to like a 9.6. We'll see. And that's it. You know, nice bronze stuff. A little bit of 80s and 90s X-Men in really good condition. I've already started a to-be-graded pile. And some nice Spideys. We'll see what I can do with that. Still, though, my favorite pile is the monster pile. Absolute win. I'm very happy with it. The Neil Adams book will be missed, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get it again. Until the next video, keep on hunting.